Water, it is life-giving. Whether it is plant, animal or human life. Since ancient times, great civilizations originated around water and thrived. There was enough for everybody's need, but not for everybody's greed, as the great Mahatma said. A complete lack of respect and responsibility has led to acute depletion of the Earth's resources. In Karnataka alone, 79% of the state has been affected by drought. The reasons? Deforestation, topsoil erosion, receding water table, shortage of rain, and so on. Empty wells, withering trees and plants signal the slow death of life all around. The rough, neglected roads seem to lead away from the village and beckon ominously. Poverty-stricken faces look up to the rain gods for salvation, but it has failed them yet again. Disappointed, despondent, and driven to desperation, the options are few. Migration to the city has begun. Shortage of food and fodder, drinking water, ill health and utter despair drives them out of the village. Survival is becoming a deadly game, and the unforgiving city is waiting to add to their woes. Will these locks ever be opened again? Will they return? Nobody knows. The village, once pulsating with life, wears a deserted look. Those left behind wait for the inevitable. They won't last long without food and fodder. The village's only lifeline to the city thunders in to take them away, perhaps never to return. Just when everything seemed lost, hope appeared in the form of Karnataka Regional Organization for Social Service, CROSS, a non-profit organization.
The vision of CROSS is justice, peace and love among people of all caste, creed, race and language. The mission of CROSS is alleviation of poverty.
CROSS is timely intervention with a drought mitigation project in Karnataka, a region afflicted by drought continuously for 4 years, planted the seeds of a green revolution. Inspired by a vision to bring love, justice and peace, CROSS is committed to the mission of alleviating poverty by restoring human dignity. Amongst its various other programs, the Drought Mitigation Project focused on improving the environment and restoring the ecological balance. This is what it looked like before CROSS targeted the 17 remote villages spread across 10 regions in Karnataka. It embarked on the unenviable task of greening 3,183 acres of uncultivable land, and took on the daunting challenge of empowering over 10,000 village folk, regardless of their religion, caste or race. Cross did this through a participatory approach of capacity building, networking, education, animation, and technical consultancy services. They began at the beginning by understanding the ground realities of drought and its causes. Drought is the depletion of natural resources, namely water, vegetation, energy fuels, fodder, and soil erosion. Affecting plant, animal, and human life. Funded by Caritas, a national funding agency, Cross envisioned a 2-year project to improve conditions. It began on the 1st of June 2002. 10 dedicated partners participated actively and implemented the program with zeal. Salvador Pereira, the regional coordinator, along with his team, chartered a detailed plan to implement carefully selected objectives.
In the beginning, we, along with the people, did the survey and we planned all the programs along with them. There are a lot of problems, especially ground depletion of water, people's migration, reduction in crops, cattle population, and so on so. Therefore, the Cross, along with these 10 partners, we approached Caritas, and through their generosity, we selected 14 villages. This great success has to be seen to be believed.
Drought mitigation basically has 3 major components: water conservation, soil conservation, and increasing biodiversity. So, how was this done? Using a multi-pronged approach, it was a long and patient process. Field bunds were built with stones unearthed from the very same fields. The function of the bund was to conserve topsoil and rainwater, ultimately to convert wastelands to cultivable lands, increase vegetation cover, and result in better crop yield. Bunds were built using local labor, thus providing jobs and at the same time making people responsible for and take ownership of their development. Gully plugs were created to control velocity of water and create a soil barrier to preserve topsoil. Rows of trees planted along the bunds served more than one purpose. The roots held the soil together and strengthened the bunds. The sides of the bunds were used to plant fodder for cattle. Special areas were cordoned off to grow mini forests by planting a diverse range of trees.
ಜಲಾನಯನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಜಮೀನುಗಳಿಗೆ ಬದು ಹಾಕಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಬದು ಹಾಕಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀರಿನ ಇಂಗುವಿಕೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬದುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ದನಗಳ ಮೇವು ಹಾಕಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲದರಿಂದ ಬೇರೆ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಹಣ್ಣಿನ ಗಿಡಗಳೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಹಾಕಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಅಂತರ್ಜಲದ ಮಟ್ಟ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿದೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಜಮೀನಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬೆಳೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ.
Farm ponds were dug to trap excess water, topsoil erosion and used manure, and also increase moisture retention. Tanks were renovated to hold water for animals, cultivation and fish rearing, which also increased the groundwater table in the process. Thousands of trees were planted. Vermicompost pits were dug to be used to enrich soil for better crops. Roof water harvesting was introduced to preserve water for summers. Bore wells were recharged by digging pits next to extinct ones and diverting water into them to increase the water table. Construction of earthen dams in the upper watershed areas served to increase groundwater table, vegetation, moisture in the soil and reduce soil erosion. Percolation ponds were dug to rejuvenate open wells and tube wells. Stone clearing in strategic watershed areas enabled water to percolate easily. Numerous awareness camps and training were conducted simultaneously. Slowly, the earth began to respond. Signs of life were beginning to sprout. Soon, water began to flow once again. The head count of cattle increased. The greening of the land had begun. Even the little creatures of nature looked busy once again. 2 years of hard work had finally borne fruit. New roads were laid leading to the village, thanks to the perseverance of the people's collective. The village beckoned its people back. It was harvest time once again. To see the land in full bloom was a special joy. The town bus brought back those who had left. The village prospered. Incomes increased. Motorcycles replaced cycles. The smiles on the faces returned. The once deserted villages were buzzing with activity once again. Water has brought with it resurrection of life all around it.
ನಮಗೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸಗಳಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಫಲಿತಾಂಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಜನರು ವಲಸೆ ಹೋಗೋದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವಂತರಾಗಿ ಉತ್ತಮ ಜೀವನ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
The civilization was once again in full flow. It is now up to us to nourish, support and nurture it. Mother Earth will be pleased. And when she is pleased, she rewards us with her bounty that is life-sustaining. Happy dancing children tell the story of the harvest. The community celebrates late into the night.
All the work that we have done was possible because of our good staff members, technical support, and excellent cooperation from our donors, government, and especially the partners. We thank all of them.
Freedom means different things to different people. To these village folk, it was freedom from drought. When we respect the earth, it respects our needs. Bhumiye Sharanam.